progress is recorded on paper, especially I remember in terms of food. But again, to help us make meaning of the current state of Nigeria's economy, is it true? Are we really?
Very true. Even before President Tinubu took over power, Nigeria was ranking last. According to the World Economic Report,
Yes.
Nigeria was spending 60% of their earning on food alone. 60%. Compared to US 6%.
Wow, staggering.
60%.
So staggering.
We were even worse than Kenya. Kenya is 59, and then I think Algeria.
Back in the day, Kenya wasn't doing.
Oh no,
yes.
it wasn't. So well, I thought maybe President Tinubu, meant something when I think he created a food department or food ministry,
yeah.
something along that line. But it has not yielded dividend, okay? And when we talk about this economic hardship the country is going through, it reminds me of Ugbemudia, late Ugbemudia. Although the man was not a PhD holder, but he was a PhD when it comes to managing economy. I recall when he took over the Midwest, I was old enough. I mean, the whole state was starving. We were starving, but then he came and started this Agbede project, food was everywhere. And I recall when I invited him to Boston, we held a summit. Dr. Mahin, I invited him. I asked him to give a presentation on infrastructure because we all kind of mischaracterized him. We thought, infrastructure, Ogbe Stadium, Afuze Complex, and all the rest. But he defined himself as a Greek governor, and Edo or Midwest, thrived. So I believe, first of all, before you all through, I was one of the pioneers of Edo National Association. Way back in, we established it in 1990 before all other ethnic groups started emulating us. And my first presentation was an agric and industrial roadmap. The first thing you tackle is agriculture. Then you move on to industrialization. And it's not difficult. If Edo wants to solve this food shortage problem, yes, they can do it. Yes, they can do it. It's very easy. It's very easy. Just empower the people. Yes, a roadmap, and you follow that roadmap. Definitely, you get the dividend.
For agriculture, I'm going to veer off a bit. For agriculture, I hear that most of the claims are the roads are unsafe, right? A lot of the claims are also low education about, the agricultural processes as well.
That's true. Almost every leader that came, they promised heaven and earth, agric, we do this. Remember Operation Feed the Nation, Operation Green the Nation, Home Winner Basic, all of them failed because of structure. You talk.
Like I did mention, I do go through the papers, and today the Naira is up, tomorrow it's down. What exactly is happening? The continuous depreciation have become major concerns for me and other Nigerians.
Yeah. You see, Naira dollar exchange is tied to your productivity.
Yes.
I don't see any way out unless Nigeria, step up their productivity. For example, if Nigeria can grow, say, yams, just supply yams to other countries.
Just one thing.
Yeah, you get the dollar. You get the dollar. They need yams. Say I just came back from US. Can you imagine yellow yams selling for $6.46?
Yellow yam.
Yellow yam. That expensive.
Wow.
A yam that is as small.
Oh, you mean the small yellow?
Yes. Wow. There's nothing that is going to prevent us from a growing yam. At least the soil is still there.
Yeah, you just put it in your backyard.
Exactly. The soil is still there. You see, like, for example, we don't export anything other than oil.
I was going to ask, exportation, how bleak is it in that area? I've seen a couple of videos online about a few people trying to export cashews. I will check and get that exactly. But how bleak is our exportation?
I don't think it's that robust. I don't think our export is that robust, other than the oil. And then there has not been serious effort to look at all those areas. When I invited Obemudia, and then I had asked him to give a presentation on infrastructure, and he said, agree. I discussed this with him. What if, for example, Edo State government decide to go back to that Agbede farm he had, and just say, just 1 mile by 1 mile, he can generate the hundreds of millions of dollars that he needs for his industrialization. It's not going to come from anywhere. We just rely on the oil, you know. If you come to my house, I just came and I started setting up a farm, you know, this yam in the bag. I have about 200 in my yard right now because of the bad road to Gele where I have my farm, you know. I guarantee you, if I want to grow 200,000 tubers of yam, I will do that. I can do that. But I know they won't let you ship them out because there's no food, insufficient food. But why don't you produce enough for the country and also export?
And my fear is
the weather is still there.
It is on the
leadership.
On the quest to increase yield, right? My fear is, how about Nigeria then blindly accepting, or what I say, accepting GMOs? And of course, there has been much talk about that.
That would be a disaster.
And I do hear
I pray there is somebody monitoring GMO, because it's unacceptable even in Europe. Talk less of Africa. I know they can dump anything in Africa. Like Kenya right now, it's already worked their way into Kenya. You know, we don't need GMO. We don't need GMO.
All right, because there is a fear that once you plant the seeds, they have a way of taking over the cropland that has been planted on.
Yes, yes, that's what I heard. And we have the Ministry of Agric, we have all these universities. They should be raising alarm if at all it's coming. I'm not saying it's already here. You know, you don't just keep teaching theory. You look out. And that would be my recommendation. If, for example, any leader wants some money and will have projects that they want to implement, you know, I sent Daniel a 4-year plan, industrialization plan, and if you follow it step by step, yes, you provide jobs for the people, you know. And then again, to increase productivity, you also need to set up markets. I just see a lot of all this market. For example, Benin City needs about 45 markets, standard market like Oba market, New Benin market, not just I have a
Roadside,
design for it, you know. And if I have my way, I will preach to the students. I can use them to build those markets. You pay them. You just start paying them. You don't need experts. You don't need Chinese to come and build markets for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shame.
It is, isn't it?
Because they can build it, you know. All you need to preach to them that this is their country. Because our youth, they are all emigrating, emigrate. You know, the lady that first introduced me to Daniel, you know, that brought me, was asking us if we can really support them. A 9-year-old prostitute, Nigerian prostitute in Ghana, and the other day, 30, 40 years, is getting out of hand.
It's jarring.
It's getting out of hand. And why are they there? Somebody took them there. Even their parents sent them there because they are starving. They are starving. Things are bad.
All right, I would really love to continue the conversation, but it seems like we are pressed for time. So thank you so much, Kienuwa Obaseki, for being here.